This is Dahn J.
And Yrvette Renae.
And this is Redemption Hospital. Sometimes you got to recognize that you're the reason for your own failures.
And that dream partner you want is only attainable if you fix your mindset.
We both had failures and heartbreak that drove us close to desperation.
But with prayer and education, we found each other and knew that this was what God destined for our lives.
Our job is to teach you the fundamentals to becoming a great partner so you can lay down a foundation for that person that you really want in your life. After all, we believe that if God was through with you, he would have called you home by now.
So sit back and enjoy some laughs, inspiration, and education on Redemption Hospital.
Songwriter says, "Bitch, I don't fuck with you.
You
list
right with you. You list
right with you."
Yeah, somehow, right with you. I don't give a fuck about you and everything that you do. I don't give a fuck about you and anything that you do. Hilarious.
Hey, we mean that today. Today. We mean that today.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we're going to blow that cussing out for y'all, man. Oh,
Do my best. Do my best.
Do our absolute best. We are starting today's episode with a big section of social media, man. We're going to crack this thing for you guys because a lot of you guys are living these fake lives and it's totally insane. I'm going to veer off from these notes that I have just a little bit.
We're all the way off.
All the way off. And you know, I'm going to actually start with an intro story, okay? For all y'all that don't know, I like posting controversial stuff. I like posting controversial stuff, you know what I'm saying? And my thing is, truth be told, if a post has nothing to do with you, you wouldn't even care.
Nope, you just keep on scrolling.
Keep on scrolling. Right? If it has absolutely nothing to do with you, and in case you haven't noticed, we dove right into this episode. You just keep on scrolling. So I made a post, a bunch of women that commented, obviously, and I basically said, and you can tag this in the YouTube, the post itself. Put the link to.
Listen, hilarious.
I basically said, in a nutshell, and it would have been better if I used a video, because everybody reads text, and when they read text, they read it as if it's always an attack against them.
Yeah.
Like, good morning. You mean by that?
Was it supposed to be a bad morning?
Grand Rising.
Right. Grand Rising Queen.
Grand Rising Queen. So the gist of the post was, for all you people that's, sitting on the edge of your steering wheel, I don't think you should be posting your vacations crazily out there because the man that you want does not want to see that. If I went on a woman's social media page and I saw consistently, right? If I want to shoot my shot, I've lived my life. I have rebuilt my life. You have no idea I've done that. But now I'm ready to settle down. I'm willing to retire you. And I'm very interested in you. I've known you for some years. But the most I've seen that you post, this is why social media is dangerous, because we only post a great part of our lives, is you going on social media and you're consistently posting vacation pics with your legs out and your butt out and another drink and another. You make $40,000 a year. How the hell you go on vacation 6 times?
Good discounts.
You ain't got that many miles. And if it is that many miles, we ain't talking about sky miles.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
Dum.
Oh, man, if it sounds bad, it sounds bad. We ain't trying to see that. And most women came and they're like, oh my gosh, that's a terrible way. And attacking. Listen, when you talk to a man who's comfortable and in himself, I'm not going to talk about none of that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I just gave you perspective, and let me bring it down a little bit. I gave you perspective so that you can change away. And what I was getting at in the comment section is this. All these women are combating me, right? Some may feel some type of way because I know your story. Don't play. I know your story. I know your story and the person who shared the story with you. Don't play with me. But I ain't gonna put that out there. I'm just saying that men are used to getting criticism toward themselves and saying, oh man, well, you know what? I got to fix that. There's a guy online who was talking about it. He was watching the video, right? Had a whole conversation with I think it was Fresh and Fit, had a whole conversation. And he's going on saying if a man was not good enough for the football team, he's not going to sit here and say, that's not fair. I should be on the team because I showed up. That's not fair. Oh my gosh, how can you ever do me that way? And try to manipulate his way on the team. He's going to go bust his ass. He's going to practice and be the best person that he can be.
Yeah.
We're used to doing that since a young age. We are not satisfied with those consolation prizes. You think when I brought that trophy home that said, here's a trophy for just being on a football team. I told my mom, take that thing down, man. Let me go get something. Let me go, you know what I'm saying? Let me go. You know what I mean? And women are not used to that. No offense. They're used to, well, I can do what I want. And more so in our society, I'm going to say this. A woman who fears God is willing to change her ways for him first. She's willing to change her ways for him first. And then she's willing to change her ways for her man. That's the value system. But if you bring some type of correction to a woman and she comes to you with combative, you don't even submit to God, especially when it has to do with his principles.
Yeah.
If I'm telling you just to help you out, I'm like, yo, sis, I know you made a post last year talking about some, God, send me my husband. And you made a post. You made tons of posts this year. Going on a date. I see a male's pinky. Somebody took you there.
Pinky.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to give you cheat code. I'm trying to help you out.
Yeah.
But then I get the attacking listen, I'm gonna be honest. At the same time, it's not my life. I don't care. So like when I post controversial stuff, a lot of times it's funny.
He knew what he was doing.
I knew exactly what I was doing.
Y'all fell right into the bait.
You fell right into it.
Right into it.
Because the craziest thing is, and I wish you guys could see some of these emails that come to me. The craziest thing is, the female clients that I get, I'll never put them out there. But the ones that I do get that I feel like can actually do something, not the real crazy ones. It's like, oh my God, my boyfriend's choking me right now as I'm sending this email. Like, go to the police. I can't do with that. But the clients that I do get, the thing is they're burnt out. Men come to me before they go into the battle. Yeah. Women come to me after they went through the battle. So I knew exactly what I was doing. I'm like, all right, and I made it funny. I made it funny. I feel like, you know what I'm saying?
But my thing is, I don't understand why everybody was so frazzled. Like, if it didn't make sense to you, like the first time I read it, I was like, now Robert, because y'all know I call him Robert. Why you put that up there? Because you know how they're going to take it, right? But it's one of those things where if I didn't know you and you were my friend on Facebook and I saw it, I would have looked up like, what? And I would have kept right on scrolling. Like, if it does not pertain to me, if I'm out here taking vacations by myself, literally, and I know I'm by myself and it doesn't pertain to me, I'm not going to be stressed about it. I'm not going to argue with you about it for 8 hours. Right. I'm not going to give you that type of energy.
Because if it didn't pertain to you, who the hell am I to change what you think you will get in your life?
Exactly.
I'm a musician. I'm a life coach. I'm one guy. You ain't getting with me.
And my thing is, even if they were upset because it did pertain to them, so what? It pertains to you. You do it.
Change it.
Move on with life. It's fine.
Change it.
But even if they didn't want to change it, that's okay. Yeah. Like we're all entitled to make our own decisions. Right. And if you feel like that's the right thing to do, do it. Nobody told you to stop. He was just giving you some insights of how men think.
I was giving you gems.
And mind you, it's not fair.
Yeah, it's never going to be fair.
It's not fair at all.
It's never going to be fair.
But he's just saying what it is.
Let me tell you something. as a man, and this is going straight to Facebook. I want people to click this link and go to this episode. As a man, it wasn't fair. We was in high school trying to say, hey, my parents have a healthy relationship. I would like to have a relationship with you, or at least start something. Maybe we can go to college together. And she was getting ran through by them 21-year-olds. Come on. That wasn't fair, was it?
It wasn't.
Well, we sucked it up. We said, well, let me level up my life. Let me get better. Let me try to do this. And that's not how we said it in our minds. And our minds were like, oh, well, maybe, maybe he just picked her up. Maybe they're just bored. But deep down inside, as a 16-year-old boy, you're like, I know exactly what they're going to do.
Yeah.
That's why she wore sweatpants with a dress shirt on today.
No.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And so it goes back to the consolation thing. Don't no man want no consolation prize. I don't want to look and say, well, I joined the football team. I guess that's enough. No, we want to figure out how to be the best. At least the conquerors. Yeah. I want to figure out how to be the best. I wasn't complaining when people was kicking me off the drums. I sucked. I was horrible. And I went in there like, well, yeah, I played one church service. Yeah, I think I'm ready to play. No, I had to humble myself down.
Yeah. I
had to humble myself down. I mean, no hatred or anything like that when I get these messages, but I'm just giving you a message. If it don't pertain to you, especially no offense, like some of my older people that commented, first and foremost, I know this psychologically. People only give off. The reason why I don't respond to social media the way you would think is because people only give off what has already been given. So if I had a bunch of positive comments, then there would have been more positive comments.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. I know that. 98% of people are robots.
Monkey see, monkey do.
Yeah, monkey see, monkey do. But at the same time, I have to understand that when it comes to situations and issues like that, the one thing you can gravitate to is something that hones in yourself, right? Someone taught me, words only hurt when they're true. And when people say stuff and it pisses me off, one of the first things I'm like, dang, bro, why does it piss you off? Like if somebody said, bro, you a fat motherfucker. In my heart of hearts, I'd be like, damn, that was funny. But you know why? Because I'm changing my posture about what I do.
Yeah.
I'm going to the gym. I'm eating. So it doesn't affect me because I'm making strides. But if somebody said, man, you a fat motherfucker. And I know I just had Popeyes, Chili's, I just had some pasta. Hey, what you trying to say, bro? You want me to beat your butt? So I know psychologically, when people get pissed off or they feel the need to try to change my mind on a post, I'm just giving you nuggets. And like you said, it's not going to be fair.
No.
But the reality of the situation is life is not fair. Everything, we already know this. The internet went over this a couple times. A woman's value is heavy when she's in her 20s. Heavy. And as she starts to humble off, it's not that she don't have a chance at life and that she won't get the best out of life. Well, I won't say the best. She won't get a great deal or a great hand out of life. It's her choice and her options. What she does early on will follow you. What a man does early on will follow him. It will.
Yeah.
And there's nothing I can do there's nothing I can do to shake these 5 kids.
They're there. They're
bro.
beautiful selves.
Yeah. Oh, they look just like their father. But there's nothing I can do, and I don't want to. But what did I do? I said, man, I gotta learn how to make some money. I gotta make sure I can go see them. I gotta put myself in a position where I can gain some influence so that I can sell my resources, right? People don't think like that. I always think in 5-year strides. People don't think like that. So I say all that to say, not to veer off, but life is not going to be fair, but whatever cards you are dealt, you can change them. But you can't change them when you're trying to change one person's mind. You can try to change one person's mind, and then not being funny, you're going to go on a date with a guy who already went on your social media, and once he go on your social media, he's going to see, oh man, she got this going on. But all in all, life is not going to be fair.
For the people, let's rewind. What did you say?
Which part? I said a
on
lot.
the post.
What
was your initial post?
Let me go to the post right now.
But you know what's so crazy? I just don't understand why people get so upset about some words that were typed on the website.
On the website.
Why are you so upset? Either it pertains to you or you don't. If it does pertain to you, okay. If it don't, okay.
Right. And if my mindset and mentality, you know what? The problem is this. We're building a legacy by helping people discover themselves and become one. People who are quality women and quality men. Quality men can agree with this, and quality women can agree with this because they know that she follows you. What did Pastor Norfolk say just 2 weeks ago?
What did he say?
When you post online, you're not just posting on a page, right? We're going to get into this, but you're not just posting on a page. you're posting, it's called www on the World Wide Web.
It follows you forever.
Follows you forever. You might think that I'm just posting it for people to see. I can Google. We have AI now. I've done this. I'm IT. Come on now. I'm IT engineer. I create code, all that stuff. I can Google your first and last name. Mm-hmm. I can Google brown skin. I can Google whatever location you tagged.
Yep.
And it will pull up that picture. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, don't fuck with me because I'll start a whole IT business giving dudes background on chicks, bro. Like, for real. For real. Mm-hmm. Like, seriously. I'm so serious. Mm-hmm. Because it follows you, but nobody wants to hear that part. We don't care we don't care that you went to the gym. We don't care that you got snatched. You just look better for us to smash. I'm just being honest. If you don't have a quality, there's a characteristic in a woman that she can make even the player of players settle down. She will make the most player of players settle down. I'm telling you. And it might not be that guy that she's thinking, but there's a guy who's out there like, man, I'm really looking for this. And it's her character and her quality. Yeah, the body is like, that's fine, but it's her character and her quality. If that does not match, we don't care. You went to the gym, you look good. I can abuse your mind a little bit more and get you thinking, man, you ain't do nothing. Man, fuck that gym, bro. You ain't do nothing. Come here. Oh, you ain't gonna come? Cool. Fine. And know that you'll be there in 2 months. Oh, I'm trying to put you on game, man. For real. I'm trying to help you. Talking to a dude that got broken and had his way. I got broken and I had to learn this stuff. Not even on purpose. I just didn't really respect women at the time because I got my heart broken. I'm trying to help y'all, man. And shout out to the ladies on TikTok for some of those posts that I made before that you actually said, oh my God, I'm not going to attack the messenger like these other people, and say, you know what? Cool. I want to change. I'm going to change why these men keep coming after me, man. Let's get into this post though. You got anything to say before we start, Ann?
I'm just ready for you to read.
Oh, we're reading now. Here we go. All right. Real question for the single ladies. Why do y'all post vacations? Your future husband will know you didn't go along. Right? And it's not in order here, but I said, all I'm saying to y'all is, if you go, you go. But we don't want to have to see it. We're going to assume you're thotting, even though you may not be. We don't want a woman who has too many memories. And I mean memories in two parts. You know I'm talking about memories as far as sexual memories. Miles Monroe said, God don't want you out there having sex and doing all this stuff willy-nilly because he want to protect your memories, right? Yeah. That's what he said. And I agree with that. Mm-hmm. And I mean memories in two parts where you're instilling a moment with someone that you're not going to keep. Like, I'm sorry. You went on vacation with your husbands, right? Or your husband.
Yes.
You went on vacation with boyfriends, right? You may went on vacation with one or two guys or whatever. Whatever you've done it. Mm-hmm. You kept it private.
Oh, but sure.
You did. I can assure you, I can tell by your character, you did not go on vacation with like 10, 15, 30 guys. And the reason I can tell that is, why would you want to create a memory with a person that is temporary? Mm-hmm. Like I said, not outing anybody at all. But I know some of y'all's stories. You were better off not saying anything. And some people try to attack me. I'll leave it all up here. Some people try to attack me. I'm like, I know my own story. You can't attack me.
But the difference is, Dontrell has always been 150% honest about everything. From the marriages to the kids to the everything. Like, that's one thing you can't do is attack somebody with the truth who's already told the truth.
Yep. Can't do it. You can't do it. And I don't mean that arrogantly, man. I really mean I am free. Mm-hmm. People don't understand that. I'm free because I don't have to deal with the inner turmoil that many people have to deal with.
Yeah.
I tell the truth to myself when I wake up. And I own my decisions. I am where I am. And I use weight as an example. I am where I am because of my decisions. Straight up. I look at, like, a lot of times I'm like, man, that cake looks good. Nah, I'm straight. Or, like, man, that fried chicken look good. I don't need nobody's permission. Hey, you want some fried chicken? Hey, I'm not going to put that on you. I want that fried chicken. But I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I own my thought process. Most people don't. And they don't know much more than what freaking, spiritual word and shade room is given. Anyway, I'll read some of these comments, right? That's a bit presumptuous. LOL. I've traveled a lot by myself. England, Cali, Ja, for example. Why do we have to know? All while single. And that's fine. Just don't post it all the time. Traveling alone is a great way to get a full experience in some places without having to wait on other people. I agree with that. However, I say traveling alone is great. As long as social media doesn't always know where you are. I didn't even have to read it to know that's what I said. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Social media in that case is just to share your experiences with other people. I shared when I was all those places, be that as it may. You didn't share a picture. I got pictures of me on vacation. Mm-hmm. I hid them. Mm-hmm. But I got pictures of me. You know what I posted? Sneaker room, the ocean, the ship.
Yeah.
I didn't go crazy, right? Mm-hmm. It's no different from I see men who have amazing bodies who post what they're posting. Go on their YouTube page and say, look at what they're saying. Look at these guys who are posting it. I promise you, look at these guys who are posting nothing shirtless and all that stuff. When you go on their YouTube, they say how to get women, right? Mm-hmm. So cool. Look at that. You have to post thirst traps. Let me show you guys how to post thirst traps. It leads you right back to your Instagram. This is how you do it. Make sure the lighting's okay. You got to make sure the wind is blowing. If my hair is long and all that stuff, then I do it and then I get DMs. It's like, you get what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, man is honest about doing that. He's like, yo, I'm going to do it because I'm going to get chicks. I bet you I get some chicks. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if that's what you're going to do, then do it. What comment would you like me to point out, though?
Let me read my comment, right?
Go ahead. Read your comment.
Because I posted my comment and very much in love. And I was very neutral about the whole situation. I wasn't on either side. Because on one hand, what he says makes sense, but it doesn't at the same time. I feel like what you said was kind of an absolute thing. Like, oh, women, if you're on vacation all the time, then we know that there's a man there on some of them.
Yeah. Come
on now. We both know that's not true, right? That's not necessarily the case. You were trying to stir the pot. Right. And you know you were.
Of course
you were bored. You were bored.
No, I wasn't bored. Listen.
No, you were bored.
You know what I be doing. I lead myself to this type of stuff.
Crazy.
Reason, listen.
Crazy.
Y'all, I study algorithms.
Crazy.
Y'all better watch out. I post stuff because I study algorithms.
Did it on purpose,
this
you
stuff
guys.
makes money, guys.
Because listen, there's no way that you actually believe that. As an absolute, you don't believe that every woman that goes on vacation by herself is with a man.
Come on, bro.
He doesn't believe that.
Come on, bro.
Y'all literally fell into a good old trap.
You know what's crazy? I'm going to say this and leave it to you. I worded it 4 times before I posted it. And I was like, how can I? This is my wife. How can you say this where people will think it's everybody without saying everybody? You know what I'm saying?
And that's how they took it. What you mean? Every time I go on vacation.
Putting words in my mouth. And that's the difference between how a man interprets, no offense, and how many men interpret, how many women interpret. Yeah. Right? If I said, hey, I am not feeling them jeans you got on right now. That hole, I want you to cover that hole up. Mm-hmm. So what you trying to say? You saying my jeans are ugly? No, I said I'm not feeling those jeans. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And to an extreme, this is something I dealt with in a previous marriage. Damn, you look so good today. So I don't look good every other day? And I'm saying what the fuck?
But that's women for you. We just, our brain is wired a little bit different. It's just wired a little bit different. That's all. We can't help it. We can't help it.
Yeah,
anyway.
Man. Go ahead.
So my post was, let's be honest, a woman that wasn't raised in a traditional manner and raised to be submissive in nature won't understand this. And that's okay. We all are allowed to choose who we want to be and what we want to do. It's not fair, ladies, but it's life. We are expected to be a certain way that men don't have to be. That's just the hand we were dealt. Be authentically you always and enjoy life making your own decisions. The man for you will love and cherish you regardless of your vacation pics. but we are all allowed to have standards, and this is just a standard for some.
Yes.
Right? That's what I said. Very neutral. Very neutral. And in the beginning, when I said a woman that wasn't raised in a traditional manner or raised to be submissive in nature won't understand this, meaning I was raised like growing up, you know, social media came out in our era, right? When we were younger.
Yeah.
My mama was not playing that. I was 18, 19 years old. My mama found my Twitter some type of way and was like, yo, no ma'am. And I'm like, dang, I'm a grown woman. No, she was like, she wasn't having it because she knew where it was heading.
Yeah.
She could see that it wasn't going nowhere good. So I ended up deleting like my MySpace, Twitter, all of that stuff. So I've never been one that's just heavy into social media. Like I get on there, I have my little friends, I scroll, like, oh, what you doing? You know, that's about it. Like, that's it. That's all I need. That's it. By my mom doing that, she basically made me think like, hey, you have to be careful what you put out there. You have to be careful what you say. You have to be careful all of this. And for most of us that grew up on social media, that's not it's our world.
Yeah.
So we put everything, we say everything, it's all out there, but I was not raised in that manner. So it's just not that serious to me.
Yeah.
And I understand the effects of having 10,000 ass pics out there when I'm on the beach. You know what I'm trying to say?
Of course.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Of course. Of course.
So I don't know, that's what I meant. And then after I said it, somebody, well, I don't even know how she knows who I am. Whatever. I don't remember her exact comment. I commented back to her, but Dahn had already blocked her at that point. But what did she say?
It's under your replies. If you look at your reply and
it's not under there. I can't see it. Do you see it?
Hell yes, I'll read it.
That's probably because it's your post.
Cool.
Oh, I'm gonna take that part out.
Traditional, here's the attack, right?
This is attack.
The attack. Traditional manner. Aren't you currently dating a married man? LOL. All right. Now, backstory. And I won't get too far into it. I already filed for divorce. Funny story is, I got a lawyer who was supposed to file for divorce. Right? She didn't. She got this dumb agreement that they wanted to charge me $5,000 for. All she did was file paperwork. And it was one of them situations where I hate this with lawyers. I know you're busy. That's like me breaking somebody's computer and then like, well, I'll get to it. I hate that.
Right.
So I called this lady up, full transparency. I called her up, nothing. Called her up, nothing. They set this thing where in stone, it's like, well, you get to meet the child that has been withheld from me for 6 months, both of them. You get to meet the child and see them. They're ordered to be presented. So in my mind, and a healthy man's mind, who hasn't seen his kids in 6 months, out of his control, you're to bring the kids back, let me spend time with them, stay while we figure this out and be adults. We be adults. That was not the case. So then you look at the wording of the document, and that wasn't the case. All long story short, right? It's almost like, what's that movie? I came to pick up my son. Picks him up. I'll be back to pick him up next week.
That is hilarious, yeah.
All right? Truth be tell the truth, shame the devil.
Yeah.
All the devils. So, in a healthy person's mind, you say, all right, let me go ahead. After I withheld him for 6 months, let me go ahead and, just let him see him. Like, come on. Like, let him have him, and we'll figure this out. Let's talk this out instead of just being angry. That wasn't the case. So, back to the lawyer. They're like, oh, now we want to charge you this $5,000. I'm like, I ain't paying that. Because the agreement, if you look at it on paper, did say, just present to him. They had me, while my car was down, go to a library that was out of the way to go there, spend time with my kids. I haven't seen my son in 6 months. He don't even know how to respond to me. Mind you, this is after he's already went through a traumatic situation that we'll talk about later on the podcast. So it's like I went through a traumatic situation. My daddy wasn't here during that time.
Yeah.
Kids look for their fathers in traumatic situations. I would know. When my leg broke outside when I was 13 years old and my parents were inside, I could have called anybody. I was screaming for my father.
Yeah.
And he didn't hear me because he was sleeping, but I kept screaming for him because I knew deep down inside.
That's not funny.
I knew deep down inside. You're going to hear your boy out here with his ankle looking like a lowercase L twisted 6 different ways.
Listen.
You know what I'm saying? So all that to say, that situation went jank. I got another lawyer, and to this point, degree on, I won't talk because it's still in play.
Yeah.
But I got another lawyer, and it's like my expectation was that, okay, well, the divorce is final, or the divorce has been filed, and it's all final. And all we're doing is handling child custody. So I'm in peace of mind.
Yeah.
I still take a year off. See, a year and a half. Well, no, a year, just about a year. 7 months before I actually start dating. Mm-hmm. And then it's no relationship, no nothing. It's like no relationship, nothing serious.
Yeah.
And so even at that, I have peace of mind. I'm like, I'm straight. I'm cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm fine. Nothing.
Yeah.
Ann and I start talking. I'm like, nothing.
Yeah.
In my mind, I'm like, we cool. But I'm like, I'm fine. So all this stuff happened. And it wasn't until one of my friends came up to me, and God bless him. He said, yo, man.
Yeah, I like him.
I like him.
The honesty and transparency is wonderful.
We ain't gonna mention his name.
Who he is.
He know exactly who he is. He said, yo, man, I want you to be careful, bro. She's saying this about you. She's trying this and she's trying this. Mm-hmm. When he came to me and said this information, I'm like, nah, bro, we want divorce. It's fine. Like, that's what we want. I'm just trying to tell you to be careful, bro. And I want you to check the system yourself. So check the system. I'm like, oh, he's right. Yeah. And what's the first thing I did?
Tell me.
First thing I did was tell her.
The very first thing. The thing is, when we met, he was under the assumption that he was already divorced. Right. I knew the background of everything. The marriages, kids, whole shebang. Was never dishonest about any of it. So when we met, you were a divorced man, sir.
So I thought.
So you thought. Which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, don't make it seem like we started talking and you was like, oh, I'm this and I'm that and I'm still married and da-da-da-da-da-da. That's not how it went.
Right.
I found out 10 months into the relationship, the same day he found out.
Literally.
That it hadn't gone through. So don't try me. And the thing is, I think the purpose of the comment was to try to frazzle me or whatever it may be. Girl, if she knew how unbothered I am, like, you guys have to understand, on social media, you don't know who you're talking to if you don't know him in person. Right. You don't know me from a brick on the wall. I'm so unbothered. I'm so cool. I'm so calm, and I've always been that way, and I'm always be that way. And you're not going to bring me out of my character. You said whatever you said to her after the fact, and she was like, oh, she can't talk for herself. I'm not obligated to answer to anybody. I don't know you. You're not worth my time and energy, just like I shouldn't be worth yours. So I'm not understanding why the comment was even made. The fact that you know who I am, you said what you said in attempts to hurt me. Oh, I'm so hurt. Oh my God.
Oh, my achy, breaky heart.
I'm sorry. If you want to come for me. That's fine. No. But not through a computer with the words.
And your name is on it. On the flip side, if we reverse this on males, if something happened, and this game for you guys out here with healthy minds, you want to be healthy. If something happened and I found out you were still married, I'm not going on social media to go try to pick a fight with anybody.
Yeah, because you never know who you're talking to.
Never know who you're talking to.
You never know who you're talking about. And baby, one thing about me, my family do not play.
No.
We are all from the deep down south. If you know anything about Southern people, especially country Southern people, family is everything.
I don't mess with Southern people myself.
Everything. Yeah. Like, you just don't.
When it really comes down to stuff like this is why, not being funny, this is why you need a man to lead you, because he would have never let you do some stupid like that. Ever. But you run from a man's leadership, and you run from a boyfriend's leadership, your father's leadership, whatever the case is, your uncle, there's a man figure that you could have sought after at the age of 18. You're responsible for yourself.
Yeah.
But this type of stuff you don't do, and the reason being is you have one life to live. And also, here's another thing. When you think of life in aspects of legacies, you don't do stuff like this.
Yeah.
When you got nothing going on for you, you're unhappy, you don't have control of your life, you don't have control of your decisions, you don't have control of what you eat, you don't have control of none of that stuff. You make decisions like this. And it's not until you get to a point where it's almost life-breaking or life-changing where you decide, I've seen it in real life. Mm-hmm. I've seen guys clap at other guys they don't even know. I've seen it in life and changed their whole life. I'm not going to say what happened. They're still alive, but it changed their entire life. And I'm like, and it's weird because it's like one little conversation that you should not have had.
That ain't got nothing to do with you.
And,
like, that's the thing. Like, my heart is not like yours. Like, I don't know you from anybody.
I love
You're
you.
not that important to me. Yeah. And I just don't want to be in your mind like you're not in my mind. Yeah. I don't want to be anywhere that I'm not going to put you. That's it. Very simple. Very simple. Very simple. And easy. And, you know, I'm not that person. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been nothing but kind. Mm-hmm. And I have not been rude. I have not been disrespectful. I have not had an attitude unless it was presented to me. I'm just the chillest, nicest person in the world. And it's just my heart. I just don't have it in me to be mad at somebody I don't even know. Them three women have nothing to do with me.
Nothing.
And at the end of the day, you know what's so crazy? At the end of the day, even if one of them slightly showed me attitude or she was angry about this, if we were somewhere and one of them got into a fight with another female, I would go over there and help her whoop that. Honestly, I would. Yeah. Not necessarily just for her, but because of them babies.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, that's just my heart. Right. And that's genuine and real. I'm not saying it because that shit sounds good. I'm so serious. If one of them came to me today and said, hey, girl, let's have a conversation. Yeah. Let's talk about this. When I tell you, I would be the nicest, most pleasant person in the world, and it would be so genuine.
Right. And you have people who are trained. The only way they know how to have healthy communication in their mind, they are trained to be wired this way. And so the problem is, it's like going into a job interview. And you go into a job interview, you have half of the qualifications, but you have the other half people skills.
Yeah.
It's actually happened to me a bunch of times. Hell, I'm teaching a course on it. The other person has a bunch of job experience. They got everything you're looking for, but the people skills are shot. Right? Yeah. Your job is to, one, fix their computer, and two, get them to come out of the angry rut and all that stuff that they're in. Mm-hmm. So you have to know some sort of psychology to do that. This is, I guess, why they send you to school. You have a major and a minor. Let them tie into each other. Bam, you have a successful career, right? Yeah. So in a sense, it's like you get to the job interview and all you've known in your entire life is anger, boredom, no wisdom, no lack of this. We don't apologize. We just go out and have food. We don't do, you know what I'm saying? Your whole family's learned that. Mm-hmm. So you get to that job interview thinking that you're going to say, well, I'm qualified for this job. I'm going to have this job. That's not how it works. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? And what I'm getting to is you're like that because you had to train yourself to be like that. Mm-hmm. Like, we hear a bunch of sermons. I don't have to tell my kid, hey, go punch the other one in the face. Hey, go do this. Hey, go do this. It's by automatic.
Automatic response.
Automatic. You have to train them to be good. This is why the most valuable people on the earth have done good. You're valuable because you fought the urge, born into sin, right? You fought the urge to do good.
Yeah.
So, in the long haul, and in the long run, you saying what you're saying, that you're willing to go ahead and do something for somebody.
Oh, in a heartbeat.
You get what I'm saying?
In a heartbeat.
Says a lot. Now, here's the thing. My heart has changed toward that. You know why? I've been in the situations. Mm-hmm. I won't say everything outright, but I've been in situations with some of these people when no one was around, when no one cared about you, none of that stuff. And I was there. And a dream God gave me a long time ago, which is why I don't care. This is why I really don't. I have a cold heart when it comes to when you burn me. I had a dream a long time ago that God gave me. I was about 8 years old, and it carries with me to this day. You, Ann, and everyone else knows I want to give good to people. I do the best I can. If I make a mistake, I own up to it. I was healing this lion. This lion was probably lioness, maybe, twice our size. I took it on the bed that I had at the time in Bridgeport, right? My parents' house. I was healing that lion. It took me like 6 months to heal that lion. That lion finally came to, and it was getting better every day. And on the very last day, I'm like, you're almost ready to go, girl. You're almost ready. Come on, let's go, right? I took the bandages off. There was no scar. When that lioness first got there, the scar was big. Blood was coming out. It was like pink and red and all that stuff. And I was the vet to heal the lion. After I healed that lion looked at me, gave me one nice little look like, oh my gosh. That lion bit my neck, left me for dead when I'm sitting here like this, and ran out the house, back out into the wilderness because it's a lion. Yeah. From that day on, that has been carried into, I probably remember that dream twice a year. And now I understand now in life, you have the heart to continue to do that. I'm not going to lie, I don't. Yeah. When you burn a bridge with me, after I've given you my heart, you've done something I said, please don't do. I lose that aspect of you. So in all while you say, yeah, if you was in a fight, in my mind, I'm being honest. I don't have that. Yeah. For the kids, I will have that. Of course. I can't, listen, if you put yourself in a situation where your life is in danger, I'm being real. This is to anybody. You put yourself, not somebody just came and tried to do something. You put yourself in a situation where your life is in danger. And I remember how you treated me. I remember how you did me. It's extremely hard for me to be like, yeah, I'll go save you. Because if I lose my life in that aspect, especially now, having the structure we have now, we will get married one day. It's God, my wife, my kids, all that. She would feel some type of way if I went to go save somebody else and died in a situation for somebody who didn't give a fuck about me. Yeah. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. You should have never put yourself in that situation.
I mean, I understand it. I'm not mad about it. But the thing is, those people never done anything to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, even with her, she had a moment where she was a little upset and, I'm sure she felt some type of way about something. That's fine. Yeah. It happens, especially as women, but you ain't done nothing to me. And I hope in your heart of hearts, I haven't done nothing to you, girl. You want to blame somebody.
Just blame me.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, do you think?
Well, no, like.
Blame yourself.
Girl, I just don't have it in my heart. Like, now, run up on me. That's different. That's different. But even the lady that typed it did what she typed it did.
Put it back on the screen.
I don't have not an issue with you, girl. I just don't even have the mental capacity. It just don't affect me that much to really care, girl. So if I saw you, you need help on the middle of the street, I would help you too, if I'm being honest. But,
right.
I just understand the purpose and the reason behind it. But just know at the end of the day, I'm one of God's children, so I'll still help you in a way, girl.
Right. And she says, I said to her, it ain't her fault. It's not her, as in vet. It's not her fault. The state is taking too long to dissolve a long relationship, right? Mm-hmm. I've been trying to get this thing ever since I found out. I've been trying to get this thing done. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And my thing is, I have a short fuse for cheating. Yeah, short fuse. So the state can say that I'm married. I'm not saying I disrespect the state. I'm not saying that. I don't want anything to do with it. What I'm saying is, I don't think that it's fair to anyone. Mm-hmm. To get misrepresented or cheated on or anything like that in a relationship, and you stay because you have a paper. So imagine a woman. Let's get real. Imagine a woman's in a relationship, right? I call it back. Imagine a woman's in a relationship, and truthfully, extreme, she's getting raped by her husband. She's supposed to stay because the state says stay. Yeah. Right? Imagine she heals from it. In this sense, it's been 2 years. It's 2024. She heals from it. She starts dating again. She's not supposed to date. Yeah. Because there's a paper. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think she just... I'm not sure where that anger came from, but I hope you're okay. Honestly, deep in my heart, I do. I'm not trying to be funny. My thing is, I don't understand the anger because I've never been angry at somebody I didn't know. Yeah. So maybe you heard what you heard, but nobody in your parts knows me. Right. The only people that know anything of me are you, your parents, Junie, Will, Hi, Junie and Will. Yeah, that's about it.
And the weirdest part about this is, here's the damn. You know what? I see what you're saying.
Like, why are you angry at me, girl? What I do?
First of all, you're right. Let me get to this. Let me get to this. Let me get to this. Let me cook this.
Get it out.
Your response was in love.
Mm-hmm.
And her response to what you said in love had nothing to do with anything in the post.
It didn't. She was angry.
She was definitely angry. Why were you angry? That's a true question. Why were you angry in that moment? In a post that had nothing to do about you. And what did you do? Just scroll? Like, did you see your name? Like, oh, I've been waiting all this time to say something to this girl.
I mean,
I
understand when you were mad at me, girl. Why you was mad at me? I'm grown. Like, grown. I ain't going to jail for nobody. Unless you run up on me. That's self-defense. Still ain't going to jail for nobody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Why me? Oh, why? Don't understand. Like, I'm one of those people you can't do that to because I'm so me.
Yeah.
I'm so mean. Like, at the end of the day, you were trying to frazzle me and make me feel some type of way. Girl, I still love you. It's fine.
And it's fine. It's fine, man. Because, again, the reality is you let people live where they are. This show is called Redemption Hospital.
It is.
And we always say all the time, if you feel like God was through with you, he would have took you home. Mm-hmm. So there's something for you to learn, but the problem is, here's the thing. Most people learn this stuff on their deathbed.
Yeah.
Right?
It's too late.
Too late. They said the cemetery is one of the most, what's the saying? They said, where is the most value? And people are like, in millionaires? No. In children? No. Where? The cemetery. The cemetery has the most value. Because you got a bunch of people who spent 70 years, that's promised, if not less, and if not more, wasting life away as robots, angry birds, anger, right? Causing cancer to your bones biblically. Mm-hmm. Dealing with anger. So you want to get, I am not saying this to anybody, but you wanted to heal and cleanse your body out, deal with your emotions first.
Yeah. Oh, what sermon are we doing this month at church?
Oh, get out your feelings. Yes.
Get out your
feelings.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good one.
So when it comes to redemption, it's like you have to get to the point where you need to understand time is not on your side. Robert Greene, the author of The 48 Laws of Power, talks about his experience when he had his stroke. He had a blood clot that went almost to his brain. He was driving. His left side went numb. Mm-hmm. Right? And let me tell you this, guys. No one is exempt. Before I get to the rest of the story, no one is exempt. Don't think you are that important enough to where you can't take care of your body, you can't take care of your health, your mental health, your emotions, to where you won't just out of this earth. No one's that important. Your legacy's not that important. Your name's not that important. What you earn, your musicianship, none of that crap is that important. Seriously. But he, as important as Robert Greene was at the time, right? He had the stroke, and I'm not saying this in a negative aspect. This is a good situation I want to shed. But he had that stroke. They helped him, right? Wife called the ambulance. He was veering off the road. Wife called the ambulance. They did a procedure on him where they pushed the blood clot. Mm-hmm. And they got him to the hospital. All in that time, he said something to his wife, and he just went unconscious. Mm-hmm. Went unconscious. He wakes up at the hospital thinking he's dead because when he went unconscious, his brain was transitioning into a death mode. Mm-hmm. Where he said, our brains make up the stories of life. This was deep. Our brains, we're going to close soon, make up the stories of life. So what that means is, imagine how we use ChatGPT, right? Mm-hmm. I say to ChatGPT, create a Python code that can create this type of application. It gives me all of this stuff. Create this, store, source code, this, blah, 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 blah. It looks like spaghetti, right? Mm-hmm. Essentially, that's what it looks like. That's what the midlife, I guess, if you will, looks like. is just spaghetti. It's just our brains are so clever, it wires things. So even conversation right now, if I said out there in the spiritual world, it's just stuff. And our brain, God designed our brains to put that together. And so when he came to, he thought he was dead till he realized he was in a hospital room. And he said one thing he realized is there is no such sense of time. I had this conversation with my brother a long time ago. I said, you know how it says when we die, we don't necessarily go straight to heaven, but we'll be in a deep sleep before we go to heaven. I said, what if that means that we all go into our deep sleep, and because there's no sense of time per se, that we go to a deep sleep, and what it seems like we all went to heaven at the same time, but the reality was that person died, that person died, that person died, that, you know what I'm saying? And I won't say it confirmed, but it was scary to listen to what Robert Greene said. He said, there was no sense of time. And in afterlife, right? He didn't fully transition, but he was going, I guess. Yeah. There was no sense of time. So he was like, oh man, how long have I been there? And she said, I can't remember if it was like 30 minutes or 6 hours or something like that. Mm-hmm. And to him, he was like, man, it felt like 10 seconds. Like it really felt like 10 seconds. No, you was out, buddy. Like you were almost out. Yeah. You know what I mean? Now, I mean, I cut jokes and stuff like that, but I say all that to say there's a lot to life that we don't understand. But y'all have to stop focusing on stupid stuff. You got one life to live. Truthfully, is God going to be proud of you? Is God going to be proud of you by the works that if you died today, did you provide enough value? Will God be proud of you? And more importantly, there's more to life to understand than what makes you angry. You can never convince me that my life is to go to my 9 to 5 and come home and complain about the relationships. And I can't believe Dahn is with that girl. And I did it. You can't convince me. Somebody said, bro, you check out the new AI? Oh, the AI? Oh, let me go that way. Bro, did you check out this new app? Oh, let me go that way. Bro, guess what you can do with your finances? Let me go that way. Let me go that way. Let me go that way. So people are pissed at me for moving on because I got cheated on. And I told you it was going to happen. And meanwhile, my focus is, I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. I'm focusing on more value I can provide to people. All right, man, my career is starting to slow down because of my accord. I stopped taking a lot of phone calls because I want to teach other people how to play drums. I want to teach other people how to get on these stages. So I'm going to focus on that. I'm going to create a pathway so that they can do that. You can't convince me that your life is about, you can't convince me that you wake up every day with no fulfillment, angry at the world, with no goals, no morals, no prayer, no power, no church, no wisdom, no peace, no honor, no respect, no discipline. You can't convince me that you wake up every day like that when time is not on your side. And I almost wasn't going to pray this episode out because it angered me a little bit how this all came into fruition. And this little post could have been something like, wow, that's a cool perspective. But every person just told on themselves about how much time they spend into providing wisdom in their own lives. And that's the gist of why I posted it. Because I want you to see just a little nugget, just a nickel bag can go a long way. It hurts a lot more to assess the information when you have a false sense of ego. It hurts a lot more to say, I messed up. I shouldn't have cheated. I'm not sure why I did it. And the longer you don't assess that information, it hurts more. And now you have to lie to people who already know me. Not that I really care. But you have to lie to people who already know me. You have to try to destroy my character. You have to try to destroy my name. And in all, it didn't matter if something came out of it or not. You still wouldn't feel fulfilled or whole because the lie that you tell yourself every single day, the mask that you put on every day, is not who you need to be. And one thing I keep telling people is this. There's a point in time where there's an abyss in your mind. I'm not going to get too scientific. There's an abyss in your mind. Keep lying to yourself if you want to. You will be in a demonic chokehold of not knowing yourself, not knowing your experiences, not knowing your emotions, not knowing any type of intelligence or EQ. because you don't remember the lies. That is dangerous. You told a lie about an ex. You told a lie about this person. Before you know it, we call it pathological lies, but the truth is you don't know who you are anymore. And because you don't know who you are, you have to keep up with this persona. And the most dangerous part about that is if you were placed in a silent room, put me in a silent room, a complete silent room. My thought is, oh, I can't wait to do this song and I can't wait to get this out. Oh man, I can't wait to hit this up. All right, they said I'm going to be here for a little while longer. And I'm not talking about like isolation, like, seg. I'm talking about a silent room for thoughts, for positivity. That person would blow their brains out if they could, because they're lost in the abyss of the lies they tell themselves. And when you are lost in the abyss, you have to start from scratch. And the scariest thing is you have to admit that I am not a good person. And most people can't do that. So they'll be the same angry person for 40 years. And so my goal to you is to help you reverse that. Even though I'm a little up in spirits right now, because again, I don't dislike these people. I'll definitely defend myself for sure, but I love everybody. And just like God hates the sin, I hate the thought processes. Yeah. There's no way that you can think like this, but then there is a way, because you don't educate yourself. And we call ourselves Christians, but we don't even read the book for ourselves. 90% of this stuff right here in this post alone, if you read the book, you'd honor yourself enough not to do this. In some senses, right? So I'm going to end this podcast, man. We're going to do a part 2 where we talk about what is a full-time musician. What is that? Come on. Come on, bro. What is it? I did it before. What is a full-time musician? Waiting around, waiting for phone calls? As a man? Anyway. Yeah, we're going to pray this one out. Father, in the name of Jesus, we thank you for this day. We thank you for giving us the opportunity to have this platform. We ask for forgiveness for our swear words and our high spirits. Lord, people have pissed me off. I'm honest with you. I can be honest with you. You are my father. I can talk to you like my daddy. But God, I'm asking even that you clear that out of my heart so that I can help people grow. I can help people get to where they need to be. This podcast is to show people that if you are still alive, there is something positive you can do with your life. I want people to understand that aspect of this podcast and understand that aspect of their life. There's no time to waste, God. The next hour, any one of us can be dead. Help us understand that we need to grow in manners that are wide. They exceed our mindsets, because we put forth the effort to become more valuable on this earth, not just for ourselves, but for you and your will. Help the people who don't understand their will to understand they're wasting time, wasted emotions on things that don't matter. Help them understand, God, please, if nothing else, help them understand that they have to get to the level of deeming themselves important enough to heal and change. And if they don't focus on something, they'll fall for everything. So help people understand, heal, and set their minds free from everything that the enemy has told them, because they're letting Satan use them, God. Don't let Satan use them anymore, and heal their hearts so that they can hear messages like this beyond the entertainment, beyond the anger, beyond everything that we have going on. Help them hear messages like this so that they can grow and get themselves where they want to be, let alone where you want them to be. Help them tell their stories so that they can get over and find themselves and heal, grow, be set free, and change yet another life, especially for the youth coming up. God, do not let us waste our time, our lives, our resources, our money, our attention. It's all important in the same body of Christ. Help us to understand that, Lord. We thank you for your mercy. We thank you for your shalom. We thank you for everything you ever provided for us, both good and bad. In the name of Jesus, I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Man, I'm getting out of here, man. Call my kids, man. Miss them little babies. Call my kids.
Well,
time with them, man. Just tell them how they can find you, Vet.
I am Vet Renae on Facebook. I am Yrvette. Yeah, I don't know. That just tells you how important it is to me. I do know I'm Vet Renae on Facebook.
Yeah. Dahn and Vet is what it is.
Dahn and Vet. That works too.
JAYVETTE. And Luminous Horizon for me, the LuminousHorizon.org. This is the channel stuff that I do. If you want to see more, so I have a book and 2 courses I'm releasing. You can go to dahnjay.org, dahnjay.com. And you can find that there. You will find my music stuff, and I'm going to start taking in students. A guy stopped me the other day at the store.
He talked for about 45 minutes.
45 minutes talking about drumsticks and all that stuff. So I'm breaking stuff down for you guys, man. I'm providing some wisdom. So that's going to be dahnjay.com. And this wisdom stuff is going to be luminoushorizon.org. Luminoushhorizon.org.
And we got a podcast.
We got a podcast, and then we talking all right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's going to finish this tonight so we can post it tomorrow.
Look at him.
Put right in this.
Look at him.
Get us some views. Y'all put some money in our pockets by trying
We don't have time for negativity. We out here trying to create legacies for them 5 babies, y'all.
For them 5 babies. 9 soon come.
So they'll be good. Their kids be good. The kids will be good. Kids be good.
Kids be good. They be good. I say the kids be good.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm excited too. I'm excited. Everything up from now.
Everything up.
And by the way, I'm not posting on Facebook no more like this. You guys can't handle it, so you can just come to the YouTube and get the wisdom.
The YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube. This was great. This was awesome, you guys. I appreciate the entertainment for yesterday. You had to be there to experience. It was great.
No way.
It was great.
Now the link is getting posted right in this podcast episode.
Yeah,
so.
y'all go read it. It's entertaining. And if you agree with this post, you do. If you don't, you don't. I preach it.
Love y'all. We're gonna start going live on season 2. So we got about 23 more episodes to film, and we're going live on season 2. It's going nuts. This thing is going to blow up. Mark my words. Somebody take this YouTube short later. This thing going to blow up. Watch. You watch. All right. Love y'all.
Bye.
Love you.
All of you. Call me.
Call me. Beat me if you want to reach me.
Listen, please.
Bye-bye.